Hello, everyone. This is the final presentation for IDI Development Bank Monitoring. And we are from the University of Chicago MS CAP program. This is Angela Wong.
This is Emily Zhang.
This is Wenjun Shi.
And thanks for the support from 11th Hour Project. IDI is the grantee of the 11th Hour Project. We are going to introduce who is IDI. IDI is the Inclusive Development International, and it's a nonprofit organization. It partners with the organizations and local communities around the world to defend their lands, natural resources, human rights from harmful investment projects. And Follow the Money is IDI's initiative to do research. They trace the money and the actors involved in the investment projects. Follow the Money also uncover those who profits from our human rights violations and environmental destructions. And we built a tool to make the research for the Follow the Money initiative easier and more comprehensive.
As Angela mentioned, the Follow the Money initiative creates a tool to more easily find data on development bank projects. The tool that we built covers banks with wide-ranging impacts. We included 13 development banks, which encompasses over 64,000 projects. Each project on average is about $67 million, so that's a huge amount of total money invested. For example, we included some big banks like the World Bank, Asian Development Banks, and European Investment Banks. Overall, the banks that we included covered projects all over the world, including almost every country.
There are many harmful projects. One example is Cambodian Microfinance institution that gets DeFi money. As rural families default on small business loans due to the COVID, which is happening nowadays, these banks are appropriating poor families from their lands. They use it as collateral for their loans. And we are creating a solution, a tool that aggregates the data from development projects sponsored by the major multilateral development banks. The new data tool automatically scrapes the major MDB's websites for all projects and perform data cleaning, standardization, and record linkage. It will also serve the International Development Finance Explorer website. We are aiming at interactive dashboard, serve data through an API, and add data visualizations. So we have already built a tool with the following process. We have a backend for data scraping, and we also do data cleaning. And we have a front end to serve the web app. The web app includes data visualization, project search tool, and between the front end and the back end, we are doing automation through Google Clouds. And also we are using record linkage to ensure all the data is accurate and without duplications.
The Follow the Money initiative had previously developed a version of the tool that we will discuss today. However, this tool had limited capabilities and had to be run manually, so our goal this quarter was to make an improved version of this tool. Some of the key improvements we made include making the web scraper significantly faster, running the process automatically in the cloud rather than having to be run manually by a person, and adding features such as data cleaning, data visualization, and an improved search functionality. So we're going to go through each of the steps in our tool one by one. The first step in our process was the data scraping step. So we created scrapers for each of the 13 development bank websites. As mentioned previously, one of our main goals was to make the scrapers faster. So in the older version of the tool, the slowest scraper took about 24 hours to run, but in our updated version, the slowest one takes about half an hour. So it's a much faster process this time around. We did this by trying to use faster web scraping methods, for example, by using APIs and network JSON pools whenever possible, as well as using methods such as multiprocessing. We also automated this process to run every week.
So now let's go through the data cleaning. Data cleaning is a really important part in order to standardize the data across banks and make it more searchable. And there are three main parts. First of all, we use an external real-time exchange rate API to convert the low amount in different currency into the latest USD dollar. Then we translate and standardize all the original country and region names from different language and different formats. Lastly, we categorize all of the original status to pending, ongoing, complete, and cancel because there are 13 different banks that use their own status name. And now let's dive in and check a live demo.
So the first thing that you see when we open up the web page is a development bank project dashboard, which has a series of data visualizations. On the top here, we have an overall summary figures on the projects that are included in our tool, such as the number of banks and projects. Next, we have an interactive map. If you hover over country, you'll see the overall number of projects for that country across all banks. If we continue scrolling down, we have several additional graphs showing summaries of all the projects. The first graph shows breakdown of the projects by status. The second graph shows project characteristics for each bank, such as the total number of projects and the average loan amount. The third bank graph shows the number of projects over time by bank. So we can see here that the total number of projects has increased in recent years. Next, let's check out the project search tool.
So here is our search table, and let's check the LOLC Cambodian example that Angela mentioned before. We can type LOLC there on the top right search bar, and which will give us all the records that contains the LOLC. In the meantime, all the columns in the table are sortable, such as state sort. And we provide buttons such as CSV to download the filtered data. In this example, we will only download these 12 records that related to LOLC. Also, we have provided another column visibility button that allow you to choose what column to be displayed. Currently, the URL is not displayed. However, you can double click on the records to directly access the URL. Like this. And after all, we also provide a more accurate data searching API for researchers as well.
So the next part is automation. Why are we doing automation? Because without automation, the scrapers break and we have to do manual scrape every time. And we are not able to ensure the data quality. And with automation, we are able to fix the scraper break for a long term, and it is maintainable, and it is also scalable because we might want to serve a larger amount of data. And also it gives us warning when the scraper breaks or there is any other issues. And with the record linkage, we can also ensure the accuracy and do the deduplication. So we are using 3 tools to coordinate with each other for the automation. The first tool is Docker. You can regard it as a container that put every applications inside, and it will reduce all the dependencies, and you can just run it directly. And the record linkage is for comparing the data between each of the record and ensure everything is accurate and there's no duplicates. And the Google Cloud is for us to do all the automation and deploy everything there. And we can also schedule it to run on a daily basis. And also we can also schedule it on a weekly basis, such as every Saturday midnight. And we are using Google Cloud for the deployment. We deployed 2 things. The first one is a web application. The second one is the auto web scraping. For the web application, we're using a compute engine and the cloud storage. Both of them are synced with each other, and the data and all the applications are synchronized between each other. For the auto web scrapers, we are using Google Cloud Scheduler, and it will push all the messages it scraped to the PubSub topic. And then it will go to the 3 parts of the execution. It includes the cloud function, cloud engine, and also the cloud storage. And with this, we are launching this tool live for the researchers to use, such as IDI. And this tool makes the data more easily available to the public and can be more useful to the researchers. Last but not least, we are going to thank 11th Hour Project for making this happen and sponsor us for IDI. And also thank Dustin, thank Daniel, and thank David, and thank Lana for making everything going smoothly and all the technical skills taught to us. Thank you.